On 1st and 10, Cousins, flush to his right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Boy, an aggressive play call to start this game. It backfired, but aggressive, no question about that.
Is that one of those statement calls? Trying to let you know that they're going to be aggressive right out of the gate. But that one hung up just a little bit too long. He made a nice play on the ball defensively and was able to pick it off.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. 23 yards on the play. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now it's Darnold. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Darnold. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Well, I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down. Now a first down carry by Bell. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now he's forced out left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
It's now third down and 9 yards to go.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down.
54 Mike, 54 Mike. Check, check. Watch 54, watch 54. It's a party now. It's a party now. Right there. 54.
Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pointed it in. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Robbie Anderson, 43 yards. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And a very similar result again. The Jets defense once more stopping him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Cousins. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that's going to make it 4th down. On 4th down, they do snap it to Cousins. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jordan Jenkins. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Here's Darnold. A screen to Bell. Now Bell hit. He lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Switch. Hey, switch gears. Watch safety creeping. Safety's good.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. That's complete over the middle to Anderson. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Robbie Anderson with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Jets have taken the lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 1st down. Here's Cousins. And he's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw is Cousins. Eluding the pressure right. Lets it fly for Thielen. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, 64 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And they got the extra point, and we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. There for the sack, Everson Griffin.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. To try again after the sack. Darnold flushed out right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing is Cousins, and he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives him much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Cousins to his tight end, Rudolph, for a Viking first down. A first down throw for Cousins. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally marked down at the 23. It's a big run that time by Bell. 52 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now Darnold out right here to Herndon. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. This is Bell. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Here's Darnold. Herndon hauls it in for the Jet touchdown. Chris Herndon there to make the grab, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Point after, up and good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
But that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
First down, here's the run with Cook. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Throwing, Cousins. The throw complete to Beebe.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Brandon Copeland in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first-half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. Lets it fly for... He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tremaine Johnson. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, fourth down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Darnold on first down. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play.
Kill, lady. Kill. Play.
61, matchbox lights.
You got tight. You got
Red 80. Pilot, 64, weak.
Back to the air, Darnold on second down. He's got Herndon, his tight end. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. The Jets on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Well, let's have some fun while we have a minute here. Fantasy drafts are in full swing. I know I've got my family fantasy draft coming up, Charles. Who would be your top 3 picks? I know that you're a noted fantasy football expert, so who would you take?
Well, you've got to start with guys who are going to touch the football and put it in the end zone, right? You got to score points. How about Saquon Barkley with the Giants? You know he's going to run it. He's going to catch it. When they get desperate, they may actually have him return it as well. Alvin Kamara is an absolute matchup nightmare for everyone. And Christian McCaffrey, did he ever come off the field last year? And, you know, this guy, he's a threat to be a 1,000-yard runner and a 1,000-yard receiver, as is Kamara. So this is going to be fun to watch. I can't wait to see those guys do their thing. But there are plenty of other guys out there, too. If Zeke comes along, you got to take him. Melvin Gordon, if they both come to camp. We'll see how that works out. How about Todd Gurley and his health? Because when he touches the ball, great things usually happen.
And then wondering, someone like Le'Veon Bell took the year off, now a new offense. But if he starts going like he used to, he's obviously going to be a good one. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Le'Veon Bell. As the first half is winding down, as his guys have now moved out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
To throw again on second down. Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you to our EA studios in Orlando. Here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done...
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Shamar Stephen coming right up the gut, gets in there for a loss of 9. After the sack on first down, Darnold got an open man. It's a noon one. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Throwing here on third down, Darnold. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is fourth down.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
They're going to go. It's Darnold. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on fourth down. Darnold now to throw. And this will be incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
On second down, it's Bell. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Again, it's Bell. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down. Now, after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another first down. They'll run on first down. It's Bell. Bell a first down and then some. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Brandon Copeland, his second sack of the night. But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
And attempted a deep ball there, and they didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Cousins. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Well, Charles, while we have a moment, you know what we need to do here is give a nod to the new Hall of Famers who were brought into Canton and inducted on August the 3rd. Champ Bailey, Pat Bolin, Gil Brandt, Tony Gonzalez, Ty Law, Kevin Mawai, Ed Reed, and Johnny Robinson, all part of the class.
Fantastic class. When you talk about guys who played at the top level, obviously they're Hall of Famers. But what I thought...
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Daniil Hunter able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. They'll try the right side with Bell. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of one, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. They'll go again with Bell. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Le'Veon Bell, it's a foot race. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell, 68 yards. And the Jets will extend their lead. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and you go, oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic. A lot of fun to watch.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Cousins to throw it. They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Brandon Copeland bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25. To throw, Cousins. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be a 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Williams, a former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Now Cousins on 4th down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. On 1st and 10, Cousins. He'll find Thielen, work in the middle. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Tremaine Johnson. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing it.
It's a big run that time by Bell. 58 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. The toss play to Montgomery. And he'll take this one down near the 15. The tackle made there by Harrison Smith.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 15-yard line.
54, right there. 54, Mike.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball. Hey, watch that.
On 2nd and 9. Darnold to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Back to throw, Darnold. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
And they're going to get the 2-point conversion. completion caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Now a timeout coming in here defensively as they stop it before the 2-minute warning with 2:09 to go in the game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously cost one.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now this is Le'Veon Bell with a reception. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13.
Hey, high 7.
Instead of running, Darnold's going to throw this thing. And now here is another interception. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10.
Hey, orbit. All right,
following the interception, Cousins. Incomplete, right side to Cook. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. But the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Brandon Copeland make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining.
Mike, 53. Rose. Mike, here we go.
Cousins now to throw on first down. That's going to be caught. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.